This episode is brought to you by Comixology, an Amazon partner and the leading online platform for digital comic books. So for cheap digital comic books, check out Comixology in the link below. What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Skid Reviews, and today we're finally going to be doing a review of Avengers Infinity War. Now I know it's a bit late, our review is a little late, but we wanted to wait, we wanted to watch this movie at least a couple of times before we came out with the review, considering how important this movie is for the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well as for every comic book fan. And also we decided to do a spoiler review. Normally we do non-spoiler reviews, but for this one, we decided to take a bit of time, and then when we do the review, we do it properly, talking about all the spoilers. So if you haven't watched this movie, be warned, there will be spoilers in this video. Let's just dive in to the full spoiler review of Avengers Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War makes good on the promises Marvel has implicitly made to its audience since before we even knew there would be an Infinity War. The integral aspects of the characters we've been following for a decade are clearly drawn from here, from Tony Stark to Steve Rogers to Thor and beyond. That each of these heroes' defining characteristics remain fully developed in an epic story that takes place across multiple planets and with an ensemble that numbers in the dozens is perhaps the most satisfying aspect of Infinity War. No one is relegated no matter how small their role. Continuity of character abounds, and most effectively, Thor is a chief example, as his fear and grief in the wake of Thor Ragnarok is convincingly conveyed. Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark continues to struggle with balancing a more normal life spent with Pepper Potts with being a superhero. And Chris Evans' Steve Rogers is Captain America no more, yet still strives to do the right thing all the time. Infinity War also delivers by refusing to pull its punches. It wastes no time establishing stakes, with Thanos killing off Loki in the very first scenes of the movie. No one is safe in this film. As promised, Avengers Infinity War is very much a Thanos movie. Josh Brolin is magnificent in this role and has now superseded Loki as my favorite MCU villain. If we can't empathize with his reasoning for wanting to wipe out half of the universe's inhabitants, we can at least understand his perspective and believe his pain when he must make a very real sacrifice to achieve his ultimate goal. Thanos' origin story and the part Gamora plays in it is wonderfully portrayed and helps the audience to relate to Thanos' character even more. The Thanos origin arc is tied up beautifully with the tragic death of Gamora at the hands of Thanos. Most of Infinity War dwells in the murky area between what it has promised and what it wants to surprise us with. Yes, many of our expectations are satisfied, but at the same time there are curveballs thrown that will keep viewers guessing. The film is all the stronger for it as it consistently subverts the expectations it sets up for the audience. Also kind of amazing is how seamlessly the various pieces of the MCU fit together, whether it's the spacefaring Guardians of the Galaxy meeting the Avengers or Iron Man squabbling with Doctor Strange. Inevitably though, Infinity War does suffer at times from a certain bloat. There's no getting around the abundance of characters and subplots that are feeding into Thanos' bigger story. At 2 hours and 14 minutes, it is a long movie, and the balancing act of directing the Russo brothers are trying to pull off does strain at times. While Infinity War brings together all of these characters, it also is audacious enough to introduce new faces, though most prove to be missteps due to the lack of time to develop them into anything worthwhile. Case in point is Thanos' henchman called the Black Order. In the end, Thanos succeeds in doing the unthinkable. He gets hold of all the Infinity Stones, snaps his fingers, and kills off half of the life in the universe. And included in it are many of the characters that we have grown to love. Perhaps some viewers will walk away from the film being frustrated by the cliffhanger, but Infinity War culminates in a beautifully brilliant, if traumatic manner. The entire MCU saga could end here, and it would be a satisfying, if not necessarily happy, finale. But the film also sets up next year's Avengers 4 in such a way that'll have audiences pondering the events of Infinity War until then. Using the strength of its power and interesting villain to set the stakes higher than ever, Avengers Infinity War successfully brings together the past 10 years of Marvel movies into a largely effective cocktail of superheroic dramatics. Sure, it ends on a cliffhanger, but those final moments elevate the entire series in a poetic, if horrific, coup de grace. So there you go, that was our review of Avengers Infinity War. What did you guys think about this movie? Let us know in the comments below. It was a tragic, sad ending, but also a very fulfilling and satisfying ending. And for those who don't know, there will be another Infinity War. It's not called Infinity War, but there will be another Avengers movie next year. I'm gonna call it Infinity War Part 2. They're gonna call it something different, but it's basically Infinity War Part 2. So this is not the end. If you guys were disappointed with the ending, do not be, because after one more year, the story continues. And hopefully after that, we move on to Phase 4 of the MCU with the likes of Captain Marvel, and with Disney buying the rights of the X-Men from Fox, the possibilities are limitless. Imagine a portal opening up to a universe where the Fantastic Four exists, where the X-Men exist, and they come together with the Avengers. So yeah, that's it. Let us know what your thoughts on this movie are, and also let us know how you think the MCU will develop over the course of the next few years, and what are your expectations for the next Infinity War movie, which comes out next year, and also Phase 4 of the MCU. If you have any opinions about that, let us know in the comments below. And as we enter May, we have two more amazing big movies to look forward to. Solo, a Star Wars story about Han Solo, a young Han Solo, and also Deadpool. So a lot to look forward to this month. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more content, please do leave a like, and perhaps you can consider subscribing to our channel. It's free, it takes only a second, and it helps us out a lot. So yeah, until next time, I will see ya.